Hello, good morning friends. Today I would like to share with you the work profile of one multitask professional who can provide his best services in areas of accounts, taxation, audit, foreign trade compliance, finance, banking, insurance and investments. You can apply your analytical skills and professional experiences to achieve company goals and to merge your personal growth with the company's growth uh, by putting your best efforts and by remaining loyal and mature professional and meet the deadlines within given time frame. So now we would discuss about the work profile, or you can say capability profile of the multitask professional. The person who can scrutinize the accounts, finalize the books as per generally accepted accounting principles and accounting rules, concepts and conventions. Now, if you would like to know about the accounting rules, there are three golden accounting rules that on the basis of which the entire accounting is written and bookkeeping is maintained. The first rule is debit the receiver and credit the giver. The second one is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And the third one is debit your losses and expenses and credit your gains and incomes. Now if we talk about the accounting concepts, the first accounting concept is the separate business is a separate entity. The second is the business is a going concern. Third one is the business business runs within the accounting period. So there are lots of assumptions and principles are there and conventions are also there. Now if we can talk about the finalization of books of accounts, then it includes the computation of depreciation on the cost of fixed assets as per the Companies Act 2013. And if you want to derive the deferred tax income or expenses or assets and liabilities based on the timing difference, then you should have to compute depreciation on block of assets also. What other includes in finalization of books of accounts? It's prepaid expenses to determine the amount of prepaid expenses, to book the unpaid expenses, to make the provision for doubtful debts, to make the provision for bad and doubtful debts, to derive the provision for income tax. And you can also include some other points in finalization of the accounts, like scrutinize of ledgers related to current assets and current liabilities, non-current assets and non-current liabilities, non-current advances, that is long-term advances, and cash and cash equivalents, ledgers, trade receivables, trade payables. Now if we talk about the task related to the audits, then what can multitask professional do is the task related to internal checks, statutory audit, tax audit, GST audit, transfer pricing audit. And if we talk about MIS reporting, that can be handled by multitask professional. It includes analyzing MIS reports prepared using cost centers, which is useful for cost control and business expansion. Aging wise report on trade receivables to get overdue collections and to follow up with the customers for their outstanding collections. Aging wise report on trade receivables to avoid interest on late payment and to increase creditworthiness. Reconcile banks with payment gateways, bank book, reconcile branches with HO and intergroup entities. To reconcile TDS receivable, advance tax paid, refund with 26 AS and annual information statement or AIS. and to reconcile the TDS paid with 26Q, 24Q and 27Q working sheets prepared for filing TDS returns. Reconcile GST payable with GSTR1 that needs to be filed before 11th of the next month. GST credit reconciliation with the GSTR2B need to be downloaded from GST portal on or after 14th of the next month. And to reconcile the net GST liability payment with GSTR3B to be filed before 20th of the next month. All these reconciliation regarding GST ledgers and GST returns are required at the time of filing GST annual return. In GSTR 9 form and GST reconciliation in GSTR 9C. Now, the multitask professional also handles e-way bill for consignment of the goods exceeding the value 50,000. He should be able to generate e-invoices for B2B sales and export sales in the businesses having turnover of more than 10 crores. He can be able to prepare cost sheet based on the fixed cost, variable cost, operating cost, direct cost and indirect cost. He must be able to compute liquidity ratios, profitability ratios, efficiency ratios, on the basis of which financial position and operations, business operations can be effectively analyzed. He must be able to comply for GST returns, TDS returns, advanced tax computation, income tax returns, payroll compliance as per labor law to avoid delay interest or penalty. He must comply for ROC with the MCA, FEMA with the RBI, exports with customs and banks to avoid default or violation. He should be able to comply for export shipments, submit export related documents to designated authorized dealer bank by the RBI. He should be able to provide details and documents to authorized dealer bank for inward outward remittance to NRI net of TDS under section 195. Compliance regarding foreign liabilities and assets return for shareholding of Indian company in foreign company should also be the part of multitask professional. If we talk about transfer pricing, then he must be aware of transfer pricing concept based on the foreign and specified domestic transactions of associate enterprise at arm's length price. He should comply for late submission fees to regularize delay in reporting of APRs and other form of unique identification number allotted by RBI to Indian entities involving in overseas direct investments. He should be able to comply for jurisdictional double taxation under double taxation avoidance agreement based on the tax exemption method and tax relief methods. He should be able to prepare consolidated financial statements of HO, branch, parent, subsidiaries and foreign companies. He should be able to handle tasks related to banking, finance, insurance, investments and payment gateways. He must compile the details and working to get the net worth certificate, share valuation report, foreign inward remittance certificate and bank reconciliation certificate for export transactions. He must be able to negotiate and check bill rates with terms of memorandum of understanding, agreement, purchase order, sales order and work order. He should handle the task related to investments of surplus funds in mutual funds and in fixed deposits after making projections of future income and estimated expenses based on the budgeted financials. He must be able to compute realized and unrealized gain or loss, return on investment on equity, debt and hybrid mutual fund transactions. It involves computing foreign exchange gain or loss and accrued interest due on fixed deposits, bonds and non-convertible debentures. His task also includes renewal of import-export code, letter of undertaking certificate, DSC and passports, renewal of bank credit card limits, and also request for enhancing bank credit card limits to meet the financial needs of the company. He should be aware of e-stamping and or franking of legal documents like sales deed, mortgage deed, agreements, affidavits, and he should be aware of getting them registered and notarized with adequate stamp duty. He should be aware of registering and renewal of trademarks in various classes, and should be able to file opposition against resembling trademarks. He should be able to construct standalone and consolidated audited financials involving AGM notice, directors report, list of shareholders, and share transfer. Then comes annual return with related party contracts, DIR 3 KYC compliance for directors, DIN active as on the year end, that is 31st March. He should be aware of filing return for amounts due to the MSME suppliers for more than 45 days and also payment made to MSME suppliers after 45 days during the half year completion. He should comply for DPT 3 for loan dues from bank, NBFCs, directors relative, any other company as on 31st March. He should be able to draft board resolutions, agreements, MOUs, must maintain minutes books, vehicles logbook, fixed assets registers in case of corporates. He should be able to comply for 15G, 15H forms to be filed with the income tax authorities to avoid tedious liability on interest earned on fixed deposits, recurring deposits, bonds, NCDs under section 197A. He should also comply for form 13 for low rate TDS certificate for TDS exemption certificate under section 197 with financials and TDS return. That's all from my end today. So keep watching this video and get familiar with yourself. Thank you. Bye.